What's up, boys? Today is November 19th, 2025. This is my third take because my OBS basically, I don't know what happened, but it like broke down. But today, wanted to talk about what separates a good setup from a bad one. Very simple. I'm just going to tell you guys certain things, whether it's mental, technical, anything that shows you what can be a good setup and contrary to something that is a bad setup that I wouldn't recommend taking. So, on to the presentation. Number one, clarity. Good setups are clean, bad setups feel messy. Firstly, like I said, for example, this setup right here, you created your bearish gap, and then what happened? Price within momentum inversed it. Boom. Without tapping into it multiple times, whatever, just completely inversed it. Some people call it death candle. Okay? So this setup right here would be considered a bad setup. Price within its leg created that bearish gap. Then what it do? Tap into it, respect it multiple times, then inverse. And I know in this example it shows that it ended up inversing, but many times when you see something like that, it is a bad sign. It's a sign that says don't take this trade. There's more probability of it not playing out. This is obviously mechanical to a certain extent, but you do have to have some sort of discretion. If you see that it's tapping into a bearish gap multiple times and respecting it, then maybe it's a sign that you shouldn't take it. Maybe it's a sign that, let's say it does end up closing above, that bearish gap and it does inverse, there's more of a likelihood of it just failing, hitting your stop, in comparison to having some sort of death candle where it just completely shoots up. So, next, confluence. Good setups have multiple factors aligning, and bad setups rely on one weak signal. What does that mean? In comparison to a bad setup, a good setup that I would be taking is something with stacked confluences upon each other. What does that mean? Let's say, for example, my daily draw, my draw on liquidity is previous day high, right? We took out London low. We took out every draw on liquidity within bearish context. So what do we have? Previous day high, swept London low, whatever. We tapped into a 1 hour, a 4 hour, and then we tap into a 5 minute. Okay, boom. It's a whole bunch of confluences stacked upon each other. Tap into this 5 minute, have that death candle in which I said I would be extremely confident in taking that trade because it's a good setup. Now, a bad setup, what would that be? Okay, not many confluences stacked upon each other. Like maybe it's like, okay, whatever, we're kind of like in a range, and then what do I see? We tap into this 30 minute, or we just tap into a 1 hour. Like, cool, you did tap into this gap that kind of gave you some sort of, like condition, whatever, but it's not that much confluence to be like, okay, I love this trade, right? And then let's say you see it inverse and it ends up, like I said, respecting it multiple times the gap before it inverses, you wouldn't want to take that. So something with weak signal and not much confluence stacked on it, I wouldn't recommend taking it. I personally think it's a bad setup. Next, repeatability. Good setups follow your plan. Bad setups are emotional or impulsive. This is more on the mental side. It's really just sit on your hands. If you see something that you like, that is your entry, then take it. If you don't be like, okay, it's 10:55. I usually leave at 11. I see prices just shooting up. Let me just click buy out of, impulsiveness. Don't do that. It's the last thing you want to do. It's going to end up hurting you mentally and financially. Next, context. Good setups fit overall market condition. Bad setups go against your overall environment. What does that mean? It means, it's like the quote itself. Trend is your friend. So, let's say you're creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows within the higher time frame. I'm not talking about 5 minute. I'm talking about within the hourly, 4 hour, whatever. You are respecting bullish trend. So let's say you're respecting bullish trend on every aspect. Would you most likely, or would you more likely be wanting to take a long or a short? So in this scenario, a good setup would be taking a long that fits your overall market condition. Bad setups would be, okay, I see that price is completely respecting bullish trend, but because it tapped into, let's say, this 1 5 minute bearish gap, I'm already going to go short immediately. No, trend is your friend. Very simple. Just be sort of reactive. If you see that the market is trending bullish, be leaning more towards a long. If you see that, higher time frame respecting bullish, but then we end up, let's say, inversing this 4 hour or end up inversing this 1 hour bullish gap, you're going to be more inclined to taking a short, but obviously with some sort of reactionary process. You wait to see if anything else stacks upon each other, like the other slide that I just said. You just wait. It's a waiting game. You just wait to see what the market says. So if it says, okay, we ended up inversing this hourly bullish gap, then we're respecting, multiple 5 minutes or whatever, respected a 50-minute, I'll definitely be more inclined to taking a short. Okay, next. Patience. Good setups take time to form. Bad setups are forced trades. This is kind of repeating itself, but it basically just means don't be too preemptive into taking something immediately. Understand that it's a candle. It takes time to form, to close, whatever. Your entry takes time to present itself. Like, I wish we had something that presented itself like every single second where I can just click buy, click sell, and boom, I'd be good. But that's just not how it is. Sometimes you won't see your setup for a day or two, whatever. But it's best to not take, some stupid setup than just waiting for your actual setup, which gives you a higher probability of winning the trade in the first place. Okay? Last, outcome doesn't matter. Good setups can still lose, bad setups can still win, process over results. What does this mean? Very simple. It just means, yes, although your bad setups can still win, everything can still win. It's all a statistics game, it's a probability game. You have a chance of winning within a bad setup. You also have a chance of losing within a good setup. So what am I trying to tell you? I'm just trying to let you know, erase the bad setups for your mind, even though they can still win, but understand that the good setups, although they can still lose, just like anything, take it. If you see a good setup and you're confident within it, take it. Understand that it's better to take 50 very good setups, have a 70 to 75% win rate, than take 100 mid setups and have a 60% win rate or 55% win rate. When you have good setups that align with everything I've been telling you, then you are more likely and you have a much higher chance of winning more. That's all it is. You want to win more, right? So simply listen, be patient, wait for certain things to occur, be reactionary. Don't just be married to one certain thing or whatever. Just be very reactionary. If you see this occurring and then this occurring and then this occurring, be like, okay, I'm down to do this. Very simple. And understand that within a long time, you'll have your results. It's not just a 5 trades or a 3 trades, whatever. No, it's within the span of many, many trades, within many, many days, within many, many setups, that you'll have this long-term profitability and this long-term consistency and discipline. So this is the end of it. Today is November 19th. Thank you guys for watching. My voice is a bit raspy today, a bit sick, but it's okay. If you guys like this video, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and yeah, that's basically it. I'll be making a video probably Friday, so we'll see. Maybe tomorrow or Friday. Tomorrow I do have a birthday, so Friday I don't know if I'll be trading. Tomorrow I'll look out for something, but I've been a bit busy with school and everything like that. So I'm liking these videos so far, the ones I'm making. Mentally, just not actual trade videos, but things that when I was younger, let me increase this. When I was younger, I would appreciate, having in the first place. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon. Peace.